Let's talk for a moment about surrender. Now, for me, that is a big word and can be a bit of a scary concept. Surrender isn't about weakness. Sometimes our greater strength lies in surrender, surrendering to the unknown, surrendering to higher power, surrendering to higher self or soul. However, sometimes our fear or anxiety might get the best of us, and instead of surrendering into the flow, we freeze. One interesting example, a friend and I went to a ladies' night out, and I never danced, so I will admit to the whole world, I don't dance. Now, however, there's one caveat. If I'm with the right partner and it happens to be swing dancing or salsa, and they're such a good lead that they move me that makes it look like I know what I'm doing, then I'll dance. Otherwise, I would like to learn, but otherwise I just don't randomly go out and dance. So we were heading to the elevator, and we had to go to the dance floor to walk through the dance floor to get to the elevator. And there are people dancing all over the place. And so we were right smack in the middle. And she said, "Stay right here, I'll be right back." Here I am in the middle of this dance floor with 100 people dancing around me, and I'm frozen. And I can't move. My hands are at my sides, and I'm absolutely terrified to move. All I can do is breathe and stand there like a deer in the headlights. And I'm sure I looked really comical, and I probably looked really, really silly because I wasn't dancing. I was standing there. I would have looked less silly if I had danced and looked kind of like a crazy woman flopping about, as opposed to standing there stiff as a board when everybody else is moving and going with the flow and moving their bodies and smiling and enjoying themselves, which is what I really wanted to do. But I was too terrified. And it is a terror thing for me. And so she came back a few moments later and she's like, "No, just do this," and she was moving her arms, and I couldn't even do that. I could not even move my arms. I said, "I'm done. Let's go. Let's go." So, there's one example of Adena not surrendering. We can do this in many areas of our lives, whether it comes to relationships or work or jobs, or maybe, wanting to create something or make some choices, change ideas, beliefs, behaviors, things like that. There are a lot of unknowns in surrendering. And that's okay too. Going with the flow helps us to be in alignment with our soul, with the universe, with purpose, right? Not surrendering, not moving forward. And moving forward sometimes means falling back and surrender. Even though it seems like a paradox, even that, it can, if we don't move, we can create anxiety, more fear, anger. Our body's going to suffer too when we are not in alignment, when we do not surrender, when we know our soul is telling us we need to do this, and our fear mind, our ego mind is screaming, "Oh, hell no. Nope, I'm not. I refuse. I refuse. I will not. I will not. I will not. I will stay here frozen." And then what happens is we can have some inflammation in our body. Again, anxiety, stress. Our health can suffer. Sometimes surrendering is an act of healing. where we can let go of some things that no longer resonate with our higher purpose or our higher path. There are many ways to look at that. There have been times when my soul, my guides have said, do this now, you're going to be okay. And in my fear, I didn't. Now, some doors closed. Did they close temporarily? No. But then I had to go back and repeat these cycles again and again and again, because I was too afraid to surrender into that alignment and move forward. Because even alignment, even if it's the most amazing thing that could happen with that alignment, and it usually is, when we're in alignment, miracles happen. The unknown is also scary too. But it's okay. It's okay to not know. It's okay not to know all the answers. It's okay to not know beyond the first step, right? Surrender, alignment, flow, movement, trust. That's all part of the magic. I will admit that also, once in a while, if there's no one around me, I might practice a few dance moves. I would like to take some dance lessons at some point very soon. Right now I'm just getting comfortable moving my body. Again, that also goes back to the hip issues that I've had for a long time, and in my fear of falling until it gets stronger. And even since the last video I did, I have noticed a decrease in pain. So there's a lot of emotional stuff that's been coming up. I've been surrendering into some sorrow and allowing myself to cry more. I mean, I cry a lot anyway. I cry every dang day, but sometimes the grass growing will make me cry. But I am bringing up some deeper levels of the grief to let it go, because it does sit in my body. And it is getting a little easier to move. I am looking forward to getting my flexibility back as well. That also means surrendering to the fact that I need to be doing my stretches 2 or 3 times a day instead of once. Nothing overboard, but just to keep that flexibility going. Breathing every day, doing my breath work. Doing my meditation, making time for just listening, just asking Source, God, Goddess, my guides, what do I need to know? And then being quiet. Being quiet is surrender as well. I don't always hear anything. Sometimes I get audible messages. Sometimes it's just pictures that I'll see, a little more movies in front of my eyes. Sometimes it's just feelings or sensations in my body. Surrender is good. Surrender is healing. Surrender is power. Surrender is also, even though it is being in our power is surrendering, but also just surrendering and going into alignment and flowing and letting something else power the boat for a little bit. Drive the bus, however you want to look at it. What is it that your soul is wanting to do that you're afraid to do? Are there some choices you need to make that might be a little tough and you're not sure if this is the right outcome? If your soul is crying to do it, it's the right outcome. And what I often tell my clients as well is take your brain, take this thinking brain, this ego mind, and you just physically put it right here in your heart. And we think from here, we speak from here, we trust from here. Sometimes surrender can be something simple as shutting everything off for 2 hours and just being quiet. Sometimes it could be going on a healing journey and realizing that you just might keep on driving and not go back. What's calling you? How does your soul want you to surrender and move more into the flow? Just remember, when we are being breathed, we are being lived by this beautiful source, this power, this energy. Where are you going to flow today? And how are you going to flow? Remember that in the surrendering, we also learn more about ourselves. And we also find ways, or are shown ways where, or even areas where we can choose to heal. It's okay to let go of the wheel for a minute. It's okay to stop rowing against the current for a minute, because the current changes, the wind changes. Go with that. Sail for a minute. Just sail. 10 minutes, an hour, a day, however that looks for you. Knowing that you are protected, you are supported, you are surrounded by guides, angels, guardians, ancestors. There are no wrong steps in surrendering. There is no wrong, just opportunities to learn and grow. So where in your life do you feel like you need to surrender to move more with the flow, to move more in alignment with where you want to go, with who you want to be, with what you want to do? Know that you are loved. You are supported. I see you. I love you. I honor your journey, and I honor you.